We're now at Georgia Stand Up with the great folks from We Vote, We Win, a phone bank going on. This is Summer Goburn and Kenneth Nellum. And Summer, let's talk about, let's talk about what's going on here today.
Okay, so today we have our phone bank in-house with We Vote, We Win phone bankers, and we're calling high opportunity voters. We're also calling voters that haven't been reached for a door-to-door canvass. Remotely today, we have a few phone bankers, about 15 or 20 working remote, and then we also have AKs across the whole state calling black women, high opportunity black women, to get out and get to vote today. So that's what we're working on today.
So you use the term, would you say highly likely voters? How does that determine?
High opportunity voters. So before you may have heard the term like low care score or things like that, but now we're saying high opportunity. So we're reaching out to those folks that haven't been touched before, but they want to be touched. So we're reaching out to them so that they can come out and vote and take advantage of their rights.
That's awesome. And you guys are doing a great job. The phones, your ladies have been, and gents have been going at it. And Kenneth, I understand you're the numbers man. What has been going on?
Yeah, so we've made 1.6 million calls throughout the state since February. Wow. So that's been 47,000 conversations with registered voters throughout the state, encouraging them to get out to vote. And also, we read a Medicaid expansion effort, so also encouraging them to call Governor Kemp's office and ask to expand Medicaid.
Very good, very good. Now, Georgia Stand Up, Deborah Scott is the executive director, correct? And so is a partner with you all's organization.
Yes. So We Vote, We Win is actually the C4 of Georgia Stand Up. Throughout the year until this point, we did have two separate phone banks going, but we have joined forces for these last few days. So yes, we're all under We Vote, We Win now, which is our C4.
I know that the numbers for early voting were really high, they say, this year. What do you attribute, is it the work that you guys are doing, the NAACP, the Georgia NAACP? What do you attribute the high numbers that have voted so far?
It's really been strategic outreach throughout the state, so we've really been focusing on high opportunity voters, so people who aren't traditionally reached through canvassing and phone banking efforts. I know with We Vote, We Win, we were looking to do work in Clayton County just because we know they lagged behind in outreach during traditional GOTV campaigns, and their turnout was traditionally been lower, and now we have seen that change this election cycle, which shows that doing that outreach does help.
Mm-hmm. Today is election day.
Yes.
So, how much of an impact can you have today?
So today we're actually hitting record numbers. We saw that yesterday, and that is on doors and on the phones. And that's partnering with different organizations in our community, like we said before, AKA, NAACP, Black Youth Vote, just different organizations out here. We've been able to hit those doors in these last few days, hit those phones these last few days to push everybody out.
That's awesome. Well, we want to thank you, commend you on the work that you're doing. I'm going to ask Mr. Rose, our president of the NAACP, to step in here now. Mr. President, these fine young people are doing a great job here.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Very good. And so this is a collaborative partner, correct?
Absolutely. What we understand is that when we all work together instead of operating in silos, we can all be more effective, because our objective is to get voters out, to participate in democracy, to understand what these issues are, and so that we can have accountability from whomever is elected.
And I know this is all about election today, but when there are issues in our community, a lot of times I see Georgia Stand Up there with us and other organizations. So, that's a big part of the work that the NAACP does.
Absolutely. It's the hallmark of my administration. When I came in, I said, hey, we got to lock arms together because we are working for the same objectives, and we need to be speaking in one voice. As, for example, we all decided that we were going to focus on early voting versus absentee balloting because of the changes in SB 202. In 21, more than 50% of either absentee ballot applications or absentee balloting themselves were rejected. So we didn't want to have that experience again in this most pivotal election.
Yes, well done. Pat on the back, everything. I see this young lady that's she's going to join us here. And who is this young lady?
I am Sandra Robinson, the Managing Director for Georgia Stand Up.
All right. Well, we appreciate all that you've done. Tell us a little bit about Georgia Stand Up and what's going on here.
So Georgia Stand Up has a vital component when it comes to civic education. We are definitely involved in that in every aspect. So we work with voter registration. We work with getting voters out to the polls, encouraging them, celebrating them. As a matter of fact, today we have 3 block parties going on where we are celebrating voters. We're celebrating our civil rights. We're celebrating even just the privilege of being able to vote, right? And celebrating so that people understand that this is not just an ordinary thing that you do. You should be excited about this. This is an opportunity for you to go and stand and advocate for yourself, to advocate for the things that you want in your community, the things that you want in your state, to advocate for those rights that seem to be overlooked and bypassed every now and then.
Well, I want to commend you. And again, I know with the NAACP, a large push was about early voting. And boy, we did the dang thing, didn't we?
We did that, did we not? Absolutely. So we had a few early voting block parties. The last one that we did was at near Metropolitan Library. Before we left there, the line was down the block. So we were very excited to see people coming out and voting.
I know, Richard, I asked you about Deborah Scott. What a fireball she is, huh?
Oh, she is indeed. Deborah's been at it since she was in school at Clark Atlanta University, which is also my alma mater. Wow. But she's been at it. They tell the story about the Blue Crew that was involved in citywide campaigns and other issues, such as where fire stations are located and other issues that affect the community, affect people when they roll out of bed till they get back home.
Wow, that is amazing. And again, you young people, we vote, we win. How long will you be making phone calls today?
So today, our in-house phone bank is going to end at 4 p.m. so we can head out to the block party and support the rest of our community. Our remote phone bankers are going until 5 p.m. today.
That's awesome. If I can get everybody, yes. Oh, we have another gentleman going to join us. Come on over, sir. Come on in here. Why don't you introduce yourself to everyone out there?
Hey, I'm Ohita Jared. I'm with Georgia Stand Up.
And what is your role?
I'm the quality control supervisor, and I govern the phone bank and the text bank as well.
Very good. And so tell us a little bit about this phone bank. How does that work?
Well, basically, we just contact voters, basically contacting everyone, honestly, to get out and vote. With Georgia Stand Up, because we are C3, we just want everybody to get out and vote for the best interest of themselves. We had a lot of push for black men to get out and vote, especially young black men. A lot of them are really uneducated about the meaning of voting or even the purpose of it. So, we did a lot of big pushes towards that as well as just the entire community as a whole.
I know we had a big push with the NAACP. We went to barbershops even, and tried to talk to the fellas. How you feeling about the black man vote now?
I think we're getting them out there in waves. I think it's an awakening, as a lot of people say. We kind of realizing more that we need to get out there, especially the black men, and we need to galvanize behind each other with the women that do most of the big work, and we need to, just all support each other. But I think it's going to be a great turnout this year.
Did you find, in trying to get black men to vote, that the reasons why, was there some specific things that came over and over again?
With a lot of young people, really, it's they feel like their vote doesn't matter or wouldn't count, really. You know what I mean? And we got to show them that we got to go out in droves, not just 1 or 2 votes, but everybody has to vote as a whole. So it's really just educating them on that and stuff like that, and the meaning and the history behind it as well.
Hey, 2020, if we didn't prove what could be done in 2020, Mr. President, then there ain't no proof, because we put the hammer on America and made a big change here. Well, this is great. You guys keep up the great work. We vote, we win. Can we all say that together? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We vote, we win.
Good.
That's how you do it. You got to hold it. We win.